So you spin a lot of plates.
Yeah.
Your core business
Yes.
is R&R, which is a talent agency.
Yes.
Before that, though, you'd already, I think you was 25 when you'd first built and sold a business. So tell us about that and then move it into R&R.
Okay, so I'm from a graphic design background, so I'm really into branding and design. So I started a branding agency when I was 25, and we decided to go specifically into branding. And we had another company that had been around for 15 years, and we were like, the company is where we need to be. They've got all of the great brands, and after about 3 years, we went up against them on a pitch for a really quite high-profile client, which was to do a Christmas marketing campaign for a shopping centre, and we won the pitch against them, and it was like, yes, that's great. That's what I wanted to achieve with that business. So I think at that point I felt like I'd achieved what I wanted to achieve with that business. So I sold it.
You had some great clients in that business, didn't you?
Yeah, there was Jägermeister. We did stuff for National Lottery. We even worked on the Olympics as well, and BBC. So there was some really good clients. Yeah, we just focused on quality. I think every business I've worked in, I'm really focused on quality. And it's a lot of my personal values, actually, quality and really having a nice team, working hard, and you know, so I've followed it through with all the other businesses. So I sold that business, and I was looking for another opportunity, and I met somebody who had an amazing band in the corporate industry. They had a management company that just weren't working, and they were knocking heads constantly. They had 10 gigs booked in for that year, and he was considering going back to a day job, and I was like, let me give it a go. I know branding, I know marketing, I've got a bit of business background, and we bought out of the contract with this management company, and in that year we managed to get 72 gigs booked into the full year. So other bands were like, can you do the same for me? And other clients were like, do you have any other bands? And it just organically grew into an entertainment agency.
And one of the things that I think is different, one of your USPs, I think, is that you put bands together. So yes, you've got an agency where there's an existing musician or band, but you actually put bands together specifically. So how does that work?
I don't like to ever have anything that's,
it's not like X Factor, where it's all the rejects, is it? Where you, how do you?
No, I really don't like X Factor.
No, but how do you do that? How do you put them together?
So we've just got an amazing network of so many super talented musicians. So they'll be on tour with like The Script or Kylie even. We've got a few that's with Kylie and all sorts of these major artists, but they're in the background. They never really get their recognition. But they are so amazingly talented. So we see gaps in the market. We go, okay, we're creating an 11-piece band right now, a really high-profile one. So we've styled them all black and white. They look really cool. And we've just got all these musicians, put them together, branded them, gave them a name, did a promo video, and yeah, so that is exclusive to us. So I like to have something that's different. There are entertainment agencies out there, so we have to show how we're different. So in ways of, we do a lot of little extra touches. I train my team to be super knowledgeable about every single detail, so that it doesn't feel like you're calling up someone who has no idea what they're talking about. And we create our own acts so that we've got exclusive acts that are just with us.
So that's R&R.
Yeah.
Another plate you've got spinning is RPG Racing.
Yeah.
So your husband is a British champion rally driver, motorsport? We got that right?
Yeah, it's one of the most competitive motorsport series in the UK. So the person that I met that was in the band originally, he is now my husband. So I facilitated his career in the music, but then he said, oh, I want to go off and be a racing driver. And I was like, we're only doing it if it's a business, it's not a hobby, because it's very expensive. So over the last sort of 4 years, we've had a plan of where he wants to get to. We've had to raise over £1 million in sponsorship just to be on the grid, basically. And yeah, he was the first person to ever be British GT4 and GT3 champion in a Bentley, so we've
so he's doing
well.
He's doing the driving, but you really are doing everything to get the car on the road, I guess, aren't you? And you work with some huge brands on that.
Yeah,
like
we got some really
brands.
good sponsors actually. Stubart sponsored 1 year, and going into a pitch meeting and saying, you know, can you give me 150,000 and all you get is a logo on a car is like, it's a difficult conversation to have. But every year we had to raise that sort of money to get the car on the grid. And then we do a lot of extra things. So we took a lot of things out of F1, and again, it's the quality and the extra little bits. So we organised a launch event in Berkeley Square in London where everybody came along and the car was parked in the middle of London, stopped traffic, etc. And we used to take them on guided tours in the garage so they feel part of it. So there was a lot of extras to get the value out of the sponsorship, basically.
Amongst all this, you're doing the Goldman Sachs course.
I did
the Goldman Sachs.
Finished? I did it last year, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'd highly recommend it. It was really, really good.
What is it? I've heard of it, but I actually don't know what it is myself.
It's part of Oxford University as well, and I think Leeds University, because I did a residential here in Leeds, a 3-day residential. So they do it twice a year. They pick 60 businesses, and you all go along, and it's a 3-month course where they go through every single part of your business, and at the end of it, you are presenting a growth plan for the next 3 years. So I found it hugely, that it was amazing, all the information I got, because, you know, I didn't go to university. I've never been taught business. I've just done business. So it was really nice to actually find out about how to actually do it properly.
And then you all stay in contact, I guess, and was it good for connections?
That's one of the best things about it, I think, because I've got such an amazing network. So we were all split up into groups of 5, and we still meet every couple of months, and we all know each other's businesses really well, so we can say, oh, this happened, how do I deal with this? And it's just, I think having people around you, a good network of mentors and other businesses, is so invaluable, something that I've learned over the last 2 years, which is,
So it's highly recommended?
Oh, highly recommended.
Okay, that's Rachel, everybody.